burning butt, jello legs. It's good in the core. Swings work your core. Every time you're driving that knee in and out, that's working your core. Because if you think about it, when you're down here, you have to keep your hips stable. You're not twisting around. So that engages the core. Whew, feedback. Yes, tell me this. Janae noticed that she's stronger going through this now because she's been doing the Hit It with Holly. I'm going to give you some tips about how you know you're getting better. Let me get some hydration going on here. Yes, good job, everyone. Oh, my legs are gingered out. That's cool. OSG. Okay, yes. I am sweating under here, and it's 30 degrees out. So if you're doing that indoors, you're going to be OSG. One sweaty girl. It's a fun term we like to use in the Forums Club FYM when we've just experienced one amazing FYM workout. Is that you know, oh, OSG. So a couple things I want to highlight about doing an interval training workout. I mean, if this is your first experience with it, I'd love to hear your feedback. Even if you don't have, if you're watching this replay, you don't have a place to do it or time to do it in the forums, shoot me an email, let me know. Hopefully, this was new. If this was new to you, you see, oh, things that now you can tweak that will give you a much better interval training workout. And this is why somebody who says that you can do interval training for 30, 45, 60 minutes is wrong. That's just traditional cardio. Sure, you can go up and down for 45 to 60 minutes, but it's not near the intensity that this gives you. And that's what gives you that excess post-oxygen intake that your body goes through that absolutely directly impacts your body, your metabolism. So your body is burning more for the next 24 to 48 hours. Whereas traditional cardio makes you burn a little bit while you're working out, but then stops. This turns your body into a furnace. That sounds so dumb. But you know what I mean. You're getting your body to work for you, so all you have to do is invest 15 minutes of your time to make it do that. Having 2 different moves to rotate between for your ons is also great because it gives you enough of a break before you come to do it again. So that way you can keep up that intensity level. Now, when I say don't use too many different on moves, like the example here is because I rotated between left and right 1 or 0 runs, I knew what number I had to meet or beat in order to keep the intensity high. If I never came back to revisit that same exercise, how do I know I'm keeping the intensity high? It allows you a point to have measurables. And while one way of measuring your intensity, finding a personal best, is to count how many reps you're able to get done in that 30 seconds. I used to do it that way, and then it freaked me out because when I feel something like that burning my butt 5 reps in, knowing I have to get to 20 is discouraging to me. So what I have done, and it's my own little mind trick that I found that works for me, is that I know what I have to get to either meet or beat when I say, or when I hear myself say halfway, because then I'm like, okay, I made it this far, even a little bit further, so now I can finish this out. 20 seems more reasonable to me. So if you have had difficulty kind of gauging the intensity level or was feeling discouraged like me, try that one trick. That one trick alone is going to make a big difference for you. Also, and this was a question asked in the forums by Heidi. It was a great question. How do you know when to give your all out and when to kind of conserve? Just kind of like with that example. Give your all out until you hear that halfway, then see, well, how much do you have left in the tank to finish out the rest of the 15 seconds of that time circuit. And then, after we reach the halfway point of the entire workout, so when you're around 7 or 8 rounds, when I say, hey, we're halfway through, maybe some of you are like, no, that's not good news. That means what? We still have 50% more of this workout to go. That's how it should feel. But then, once we get into that home stretch, and home stretch being the last 2 to 4 rounds, whatever your personal best was, make every round beatable. So while I was averaging a total of 20 0 runs on each leg, the last time I did it on each leg, I had 25. Because I just gave it my all. I made sure to at least beat my halfway point, so up to 15 seconds. I was getting in, instead of 10, I was getting in 13 or 14 or 15. And then it motivated me to give it my all to get the rest out. Now with swings, that's something that's more controlled. You really can't get more swings in. because it's just a continuous movement. If anything, if I wanted to get some more reps in, I would have started my swing before I heard the word go. So I knew I was getting at least 20 up to 22 swings. All of that being blurted out and said to you, do you have questions? Does this make sense to you? Are some light bulbs going off? Oh, and Allie had first time with 0 runs, right? And yeah, you can also do those while standing on a box, and you bring that, the depth of that starting, or that's the leg that's stabilized, bring that lower, bring up the intensity. Killers for the buns. And yes, if you'll notice, my my off moves were also engaging your glutes, but doing it in a dynamic, stretching way. So keeping them going. My light bulbs are here. My motivation is to beat you, Holly. I love you, Janae. You're awesome. I always seem to get a second wind around 11 to 12. Yes, that's a good point too, because then you know I'm almost done. Versus she said 3, you just completed 3 of 15 rounds. Ah! But when you're like, you just completed 12 of 15 rounds, it's like, all right, I can do this. I'm concerned that my left ankle will not hold. Can I keep holding onto a chair if I need to? Oh yeah, and I thought I had answered that question when you asked it earlier. You absolutely. You can even just have the chair right here in front of you and just focus on this. Yes, whatever balance that you need to assist your ankle. Yes. Oh yeah, and the Janae, you're going to come. We have a live FYM summit scheduled for July 31st and August 1st of 2015. So yes, Janae, you are going to be there. Let's see, a couple more interval training tips. You've got 5 more minutes with me. Buckeyes game is starting at noon. I got to be in there, ready to cheer on the Buckeyes. Yay, Janae. Okay. When it comes to interval training workouts and scheduling them, you can either choose to do your strength training workout followed by an interval training workout if you're doing 3 days a week. So you've got that 30-minute block of time for both workouts, and then you're alternating days. You would be like a Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule, or a Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. As long as you are allowing a day of rest in between your strength workouts, fine. Or you can do the 6-day week schedule. 1 day strength, next day interval training. If you don't have a bigger block of time than 15 to 20 minutes, that's how I would recommend doing that. Or you can mix them up. Maybe your schedule is crazy one week and not so crazy the next. The format that is most effective is the one that you'll do and stick to. So people who do the 3 days a week schedule are not going to get better results than the people who do the 6-day week schedule. The people who get the best results are the ones who keep to their workout schedules, along with a host of other fat burning strategies that you know. You have to live a fit and healthy lifestyle. It's a lifestyle change. So with strength training workouts, you typically have a workout A and a workout B that you rotate through for 4 weeks, giving your body enough exposure to those movement patterns so you get better, you get stronger, and your body changes. And at the end of 4 weeks, you go through a different rotation of strength workouts. When it comes to interval training, I recommend doing the same thing. Have an A and a B. There are many different formats that you can choose from. If you have no idea and you're confused, I have interval training workouts that you can use and follow along, especially just having the time soundtracks. That's huge, so you don't have to like set a timer and then be watching the clock. You just listen for me to tell you what to do. I would recommend having an A and a B. You could do, they range from, you could do a 20-10 Tabata, you can do 30-30s like we did here, you can do 60-30s, 30-60, 60-30, 45-15. There's many different formats. I just don't recommend doing anything over 60 seconds because that, I mean, think about having to do a 0 run for more than a minute. Nah. 30 seconds was enough, right? So the intensity level is going to putter out. You're going to end up hurting yourself. You'll burn yourself out. They don't need to be longer than 60 seconds. So you kind of have to think of what movement am I going to have to do for that timed period. Like burpees. I would not do burpees for 60 seconds. I would do them for 30. So if you're going to choose a 60-60 time soundtrack, pick a move that you can do for 60 seconds. Like jump rope or jumping jacks. Make sure that the movement that you're matching makes sense to the timed interval. So having an A and a B, and then throw in a C, a default workout, like an interval training workout that you absolutely love doing. My absolute love are kettlebell swings. So if I don't feel like doing anything, I at least know I can go out there and do some kettlebell swings and some jump rope or some jumping jacks. That's my default, something I love doing, and if it's not as intense as the others two, that's okay. I'm still doing it. I'm still moving my body, and I'm happy about it. And then you'll want to change those up, because of course you'll get bored, your body will hit a plateau. You got to change them up and keep your body challenged. In the beginning, I say to myself, just do 10 rounds. Then when I reach the 10th round, I always finish. Yes, this is a wonderful workout tip. I was trying to read your name. It starts with a J. That's another way to trick yourself into a strength training workout too. You could say, I'm just going to do the first superset. But then after you get through the first superset, you're like, wow, I feel good. Hey, I can finish the rest of this. Awesome tip. There are days when you have to trick yourself. It's wasted energy to keep going over the excuses of why you shouldn't, and then the guilt that comes with that. It's ridiculous when you just kind of got up and done something. Something is better than nothing. 15 minutes is the perfect amount. Thanks, Holly, for creating a program that I know I can do and already feel better after doing for 1 week. Mel, that is wonderful. See, 1 week in. It makes such a difference. And you guys, the biggest takeaway from this is that your workouts are not supposed to kill you, to beat you into the ground and leave you feeling broken and exhausted. There are programs out there that do that. Like, don't stop until you're proud. I mean, like, what the heck? Be proud of yourself now. You're here. You're doing this. Your workout should be uplifting, invigorating, and energizing. While you're doing them, yes, you'll have moments where you want to curse at me, and that's okay. You might fall down on the ground just to be like, wow, that was, oh my gosh. But then you get up with a pep in your step. Not, I have to get to the couch. Kids, can you go get the laundry? I can't move. If that's how you feel after your workouts, you're overdoing it. And if you're overdoing it, your body's either going to break or you're going to decide it's not worth the pain. Your workouts are not about pain and punishment. They are about challenge, strength, motivation, improvements. So if you've come from a past of something dark and negative about exercising and working out, maybe that's why. Open yourself to something more positive and uplifting. Is that just from a basic fold? As you fold, find the point of resistance, hold it for 3 deep breaths, then just try to go a little bit further, hold it for 3 deep breaths, then try to go just a little bit further, hold it for 3 deep breaths. Sufficient. None of That's how you hurt your muscles and your joints, your ligaments, all of that. So basic hamstring stretches, great. This is a balance one, but this is a figure 4. So this opens up the hips, but if you also sit here, use a chair if you need to, come to this position. Ooh, yeah, glute stretch. You can do the same thing. I don't have a chair out here, but you could place your foot on the bench, chair or bench, bed, and then come down into that stretch. You could do the same thing on the ground. Crossing it over, grabbing behind the thigh, pull it in, and hold. Seated twist, so cross, this foot's flat, hug this knee, this arm goes back here. Just look gently over your shoulder. Feel this stretch right here? Now I gotta switch it. I love this one. And this is where you can find the point of resistance. Hold for 3 deep breaths, go a little bit further, hold for 3 deep breaths, go a little bit further. So those are just some quick glute stretches, because yes, if you have a foam roller, roll those glutes.